11-page stories.
Written through L.T. Zupan. Read by L.T. Zupan.
Story number 1. Space Hamster Unicorn Telenovela Sitcom Lawsuit. One dash 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 2 Paco stared at the view screen. His eyes opened wide enough. Then, with a lightning bolt of unmatchable precision, he squinted them. And then he continued to stare, measuring and calculating and strategizing from what he saw displayed. Tupaco is a hamster you don't want to cross. Okay? Now that we have that understood, moving on. 2 dash dash dash. Here written are the crusades of the space hamster ship Robofron of the SHUSP, Space Hamster Unicorn Society of Solar Systems and Planets, led by Captain 2 Paco. Its mission? To get food. Lots of food. Food to eat. 3 dash dash dash. Captain 2 Paco scratched at the base of his unicorn horn and then slowly lowered his hamster arm back down. Hamster Donald Trump, the SHS Robofron's chief of security, glowered at the screen and prompted the captain again for the next course of action. Hamster Trump security had already done all he could, and he was hungry. Hungry for a snack. Snack attack. 4 dash dash dash. Don't question it, 2 Paco said, never missing a beat. He looked around his captain's chair, pretending not to care at all about the madness bulging from the so-called view screen, surveying, appreciating. First, in the inner circle surrounding him, sat and stood his entourage of hamster females. They had hot little outfits on, well, outfits that would be hot if they were human. But alas, none of them had ever even met a human, made of shitty pleather and patented. Second, the main crew, comprised of an honorable guinea pig whose forehead looked like a Klingon from Star Trek, Trump, a severe noble rat who wiggled her tiny pointed ears, Stacy, and countless cadets who were very little. All the cadets were space text messaging, like literally all the time. This was a crucial function of the ship's communications systems, in fact, as it had turned out. Stacy asked Trump what he thought. Trump said, "As Americans, we must put the U.S. back in Jesus," in a know-it-all tone of voice. Stacy said, "That doesn't even make sense. Who are these Americans you speak of?" "Don't question it," 2 Paco shouted this time. Everyone stopped munching their little snacks for a second and then started again. 2 Paco got some food out. 5 dash dash dash. Finally, 2 Paco gazed past all the hamster bedding lying around the bridge of the space hamster ship and locked eyes again with the character from the view screen. It was an evil Nazi baby bunny, from the planet of the evil Nazi baby bunnies. This was their leader, in fact. His name was Hitler. The SHS Robofron stood in orbit around the evil Nazi baby bunny planet. On its largest continent was Berlin. Hitler was communicating now to them from his very castle there. Fucking Nazis, Tupac said. Nothing ever changes. We will burn all the hamsters alive and eat your food afterwards, just for a snack, Hitler said. Oh, really? Tupac responded, dead of any emotions. Why don't you take a good look at this fucking ship I'm on right now, homie? I'll give you a couple of seconds to decide if y'all want to die, because I'm going to have a snack right now anyways. It's time to munch, Adolf. Adios. And he took some cheese balls out of his pocket. Hitler paused. The ship Tupac had asked him to re-examine was a powerful one indeed. It looked like a hamster aquarium from Earth or somewhere, with connecting tubes for its hallways. Most hamsters in its crew held itchy tasers, which were like Glocks, but they were just called itchy tasers because it's a decent name to call them. Release the pods! Captain Tupac shouted before Hitler could catch his breath. 10 of those plastic balls that hamsters can run around in started rolling out into space, with a unicorn hamster cadet in each one. Tell me how you like these Glocks, Hitler, the captain added, as he shut off the view screen and started nibbling on a carrot and stashed a candy bar chunk under his pocket. He looked at Stacy. Now all we have to do is wait. Ha 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 ha. 6 .. Flash to Earth. Lee Zeppelin, me, and his girlfriends are driving around in a truck. We decide to order takeout from a special Chinese food place called Sandy's. I get the Kung Pao chicken. As we drive on further, I notice a hair on the chicken. It's sandy blonde. I start to notice the top star point of the 5-way intersection that our truck is approaching. No, I do not happen to be driving at this time. As we pull up, so does a fire car to the right, a U.S. Forest Service Jeep to the further right, a motorcycle cop to the left with a fucking sidecar, obviously, and a female horse cop to the further left. Both the horse and cop are female and psychic. Most people don't fucking realize that it's not just racistly about horsepower. Still, a sidecar with 21,000 HP, hamster power, would then have 50 horsepower in equivalence. That's a fact. You fuck. I put my hands on my girlfriend's thighs. Then I responsibly hold my Kung Pao chicken. So look, no one knows who has the right of way, which is obviously a significant factor in the foreboding Kung Pao spillage. Ultimately, I wind up with a hair in my food on my hair. And it's a different color hair from mine, so it becomes clear that I can sue those fuckers at Sandy's. My hair is dark brown. Anyways, I file a lawsuit and consequent investigations of the forces that operate Sandy's ensue. My lawyer, Steve Dave, then finally calls me up and says, "Hi, Leezy. Is it a good time?" "No, but whatever." "Okay, well, we've just discovered that the Chinese food place Sandy's in question that you've had us question, well, yeah. Their food actually has, are you ready for this? Unicorn magic. Unicorn magic in the food, which is actually keeping this entire world kind of, like, cohesive. Under their storefront surface operation, our people have discovered Sandy's as a satellite for a synergy-creating exchange between Earth and, get this, an intergalactic organization known as the SHUSP. And the synergy produced is relayed to them in order to metaphysically fuel their hamster spaceships. Don't question it. Although, the hamsters are also part unicorn, but mainly hamster. Oh, I'll fucking question it if I want to question it, Steve Dave. No offense. No, I understand, Lee Zeppelin. Well, so we're appealing, taking this case straight to the goddamn Supreme Court. I'll be in touch with you soon. I've been contacted by the CIA and the NSA, so this thing might get strangely big and quite soon. Be prepared. Alright, thank you, sir. And I won't forget you when this is all over, by the way. I know, Lee. Okay, thanks. Bye. 7 dash dash dash. The cadets kept space texting. The plastic ball-shaped hamster space pods continued slowly rolling towards their target like Hades' doom balls. Adolf Baby Bunny Hitler kept trying to reach Captain William Tupaco. Tupaco wasn't having it. The planet was a fair and inhabitable place, yet its appearance from afar and up close was fucking blood red. To the transporters, Hamster Trump security shouted down the plastic tube hallway at his cadet troops. Everyone stumbled around and Trump got distracted and started grooming his paws and chewing on an eraser bit he had found a few minutes ago. He snapped out of it and looked around, alert, with jerky movements, and then went back to grooming his paws. He peed and walked back and forth for no reason. He took a nap. The captain had sent him out on a surprise mission while the pods were rolling. To the transporters, Stacy shouted down the plastic tube hallway at her cadet troops. She too was carrying out the same orders from the captain. She too got distracted and started scratching at the wall. She spotted a cadet on the other end of the hall. And as they noticed each other, they stopped and stared. A huge gulf of emptiness opened in their stares. 10 seconds went by. Then she went back to scratching the wall for no reason. The transporters, which were essentially hamster wheels, which broke through space-time barriers, were eventually boarded by tens of thousands of tiny cadet hamsters with tiny little helmets on and shit. 8 dash dash dash. Baby Bunny Hitler sat in his office chamber on his evil black and red love seat. Time to die, Robo-Fran, he cooed, and then slammed his paw down on a big red button. Outside the planet, a blistery, blustery, crimson, and evil thing had nearly all of its red surface covered by horrible craggy rock and black ice magma. 900 miles from Berlin, near an evil, dewy cavern, a megatorpedo whose shape was worse than that of a dildo, far worse, emerged into the light of Planet Baby Bunny Day. It launched. Tupaco lunched. They must think they got the quad laser or some shits, Tupaco said aloud to himself. One of his many females was nuzzling against his side awkwardly. Tupaco wasn't having it. On the view screen was fresh telemetry and imagery of a giant foul-shaped megatorpedo, very slowly approaching the Robo-Fran. Just turn it off, he tiredly spake. Stacy, Trump, you random-ass 5 cadets, come over to the Borg room. We need to have a meeting. 9 dash dash dash. They sat around an oval table. The room was wisely lit. The Society's local feng shui officer had taken time here. It has magnets, Stacy said to them all. That's why it doesn't matter how slowly it's moving towards us, because we can't move, not until it hits us. Oh, it's not going to hit us, Trump said. You can believe that. One of the cuter cadets jumped in. Well, sir, we have been receiving space text messages from another dimension that has a planet in it that's called Earth. And they actually are pretty interesting space texts. We're gonna fucking destroy those fucking evil baby bunnies. That's all I fucking know. Captain Tupaco boomed. Here, cadet, let me see that. I'm gonna fucking talk to motherfucking Earth. Via con Dios for life. Vato. He snagged her phone up, lightning fast. As soon as she was close enough to his chubby hamster body, his nose and whiskers twitched. His unicorn lights were blinking on his horn. He was in the fucking zone. Who am I fucking talking with? My name is Steve Dave. What is your name? Let me tell you something, the captain started. You just don't you worry about my goddamn name. It's Tupaco. Like the rapper? What? Sorry, never mind. Yeah, anyways. So how'd you get this damn number? Make it quick. I don't have a hell of a lot of time, you know? Does a little place named Sandy's mean anything to you? Steve Dave asked. No. Yes. Wait a minute. Sandy's. Yeah. You still there, Tupaco? 10 dash dash dash. Down on the planet's surface, scores of tiny rogue cadet hamsters locked into a death grip with millions of evil Nazi baby bunnies. It was very controversial. Bunny against hamster, hamster against bunny. The blood color of the planet's evil surface made no difference to be seen, as the bloodshed all around grew by the fucking bucket loads. An evil baby bunny took out its modified crossbow and beheaded 2 cadet hamsters. The little hamster heads spun in circles, no, spirals, as they flew across the dark sky on that dark day. That dark, dark day. The evil Nazi baby bunnies just laughed. 11 dash dash dash. Lee Zeppelin sat on his rocking chair. Okay, Tupaco, I'm gonna give Sandy's the bomb. Are you sure they can transport it over to you? Don't even ask me that. Fair enough. What kind of a bomb is this bomb anyhow? Tupaco blurted with giddy mockery in his tone. A rock bomb. Aha, fair enough. Click. 12 dash dash dash. Directly outside of the Robofron, leagues of space hamster pods continued to roll towards Planet Evil Baby Bunny, although now a mega-torpedo was in their way. Tupaco, always an optimist, Optimist Prime, some might call him, was talking with Trump Hamster Security. It's in the storage room safely now, Captain. What color is it? Blue and white. Aim dead at the Berlin bullseye, homie. Yes, Captain. Stacy beamed all the hamsters back to the ship and Trump launched the rock bomb. The mega-torpedo leered closer, mere meters away now from the first empty hamster pod. Tupaco ate some lasagna. All the hamsters on the ship were then interdimensionally transported to Sandy's headquarters on Earth in Moab, Utah. But not before everyone was able to see the entire red planet go black and turn to dust from the rock bomb. Within 10 minutes, the entire crew would have been obliterated, incinerated, marooned, or otherwise vexed by the mega-torpedo, had they not managed to escape. 13 dash dash dash. Lee Zeppelin and Steve Dave walked into court, this time accompanied by a few little friends. The judge took one look at everyone after Steve Dave's closing remarks. This case against Sandy's is frivolous, highly fucking frivolous. And furthermore, I don't understand why some of you, as she stopped and stared at the many hamsters on Lee's side of the courtroom, are helping Mr. Zeppelin out by showing out on his behalf. Aren't you and Sandy supposed to be part of the same federation or whatever you want to fucking call it? Regardless, I am dismissing this case. No money is awarded to anyone. This decision cannot be appealed. We are all going home and fuck you, Lee. 14 dash dash dash. It was departure day for the crew of the Robofron. Sandy's had built up enough synergy juice to re-interdimensionally transport all the hamsters back home. Everyone was ready, and many hamsters and many humans were sad, but Lee was dressed in his brand new SHS Robofron uniform. It was time to kick this old dust storm of a planet away for a new life. Tupaco held up the loudspeaker for some final words before transport. Homies. The crusade of the space hamster unicorns. No, the fucking saga of the space hamsters is about to begin again. And begin anew. Don't worry about shit because Mary Magdalena got our backs, homie. Don't worry about fucking Bob Dole or fucking Bob Hope. Don't even worry about Bob motherfucking Saget. Okay? I got your back. All those little evil baby Nazi baby bunnies all got killed, didn't they? That was awesome, but that ain't the worst of what's out there, you know. We're gonna run into evil Nazi baby hippos. Stupid little fat ass baby fucking hippos. Man, fuck that. I'ma kill all those. Then Well, anyways, Tupaco again. I'm gonna be like Doc Holliday and shit. And I'm gonna come back in time again. Again and again. Expect me. Expect me like you expect the flour of a tortilla to rise up out of the powdery grindstone you motherfucking building it on, essay. And we might run into little shitty evil baby flying squirrels. Little black ones with white stripes on their head. Still Tupaco. I don't know. Where are the nachos and champagne at? West Side? 15 ... And so continued the crusades of the SHS Robofron, led by Captain Tupaco. Everyone transported successfully away from Earth, destined for their new ship, the Robofron, complete with an extra 1,000 space pod hamster pods and 495 rock bombs. Lee realized there were no human females around. He went to the virtual deck and started creating a brand new technology that could eventually, he hoped, be installed in any computer, device, robot, etc. A microchip that provided a heart and its magics of love to anyone who could reciprocate. 16 ... Tupaco stared at the view screen. He was getting a little fat. Don't question it, he said. Stacy kicked the ship into motion in high drive, and they left the hamster home planet, Cheesia. This universe is a bitch, Tupaco said. Lee turned from his position at navigation. 4.8 and holding, sir. Perfect, said Tupaco. Perfect.